As we're here from recording number 2, a new Simpsons review. And if you're already seen the last one, go and check it out. This episode is Homer the Great. So the episode starts with basically a leakage in their basement, and the guy saying that it would take like 3 or so weeks in order to get a new part. And he's looking at his thing, and he says that there's another caller, even though it says low battery. And he tells Homer to put a tray into the water, so it didn't work. So he's heading to the power plant, obviously the traffic, and the news reporter, or the news copter pretty much probably was causing the traffic. Homer parks at the power plant, and look, yeah, he's literally back at his house pretty much. And he's wondering why his friends have the best parking, and they're like, it's a secret, and they keep saying, shut up. And then his chair pretty much breaks, or stool pretty much. He actually sees where the chair is from, and he puts it on Homer's revenge list, and he pretty much puts it at the end. And he sees that his friends, his workers, have massaging, vibrating chairs, and he's wondering where he got them, or where they got them, and they said it's a secret, and he's again, shut up. And then using these rings that they have to pretty much get the soda without even putting in quarters, and they're wondering if they're wanting to go somewhere tonight, and they can't, because it's a secret, and Homer says shut up. And then pretty much Homer saying that he's going to go and spy on and stalk his friends, and obviously Marge is telling him not to, which he says that he's going to go and stalk on him, which, yeah, he does go stalk on him. He puts some paint over their car and lays a trail to this secret meeting, which, yeah, he pretty much tries to sneak into, and yeah, he's on the glass of the roof of it, which it breaks. He starts to fall, and yeah, they pretty much kick him out. And he goes crawling to his friends, saying that all about the club and stuff, and they're pretty much telling him everything that he needs to do to go into the club. Which, yeah, he takes his sandwich and pretty much stomps on it. And they talk about this egg, and he's like, yeah, you better run, egg. And Homer is saying that nobody likes him or appreciates Homer to Marge, and pretty much saying, especially back when he was little, which we say he was going up to this club, and yeah, they pretty much said no Homers, but there's a kid in there that has Homer in it, but clearly no Homers, as he says, but they can only allow one Homer. And this funny thing of Marge saying that kids are cruel, pretty much. And Bart going and messing with Lisa, pretty much. And Homer pretty much all happy and stuff, and saying of exactly what they have in the club, even though they weren't even, he doesn't know what's in the club, and Lisa says, and Grandpa Simpson says he's in the club, but obviously he's getting ignored until he says that he's in the club, and he gets the card, and Homer takes his dad over into the club, and yeah, they welcome Homer, which they're all told by names, like Mr. Burns is obviously number 29, which they obviously kick him and stuff, and do all these things, and he's saying that he's going to get his revenge, talking about revenge and stuff, which, yeah, they talk about the later, and pretty much Homer is having to prove his worth to be in the club. Which, yeah, they tell him to leap of faith, which, yeah, it just doesn't work exactly. And he keeps falling down and down. And then they keep smacking him back and forth, And then he does the pledge. And pretty much talking about food, and they welcome him. And again, the guy's saying that he's forgotten to get the parts, and he's like, what if I do something, which they do this secret lodge handshake, and yeah, the plumber guy is actually part of the club, which, yeah, he just turns it off, he just turns it with his wrench, and yeah, Snowball was pretty much in the water, and telling the traffic to so long, he goes over to this dead end, which the rock opens, and he enters a secret passage, and obviously he's parking at the same usual spot, and he says that he's got special roller skates to skate to the front. And he's at the power plant, and he's selling if his friends are jealous, even though they got the exact same thing. And giving him these stickers, pretty much. And saying that he would never need to call for 911 anymore. And telling Lisa exactly what happened with like the truth of what happened when it did not happen back in the day. And yeah, again, him with Marge, that they actually invited him, pretty much, or wanted him to come to some special kind of thing at their meeting, which is the Stonecutters. So they have a song and a toast, and yeah, the plaque pretty much is gone, which, yeah, Homer's using it as a napkin, and everybody's all disgusted, and he's blowing on it, he's sticking it in his ear. And yeah, they try to hang it back up, but yeah, they pretty much tell him to take all of this stuff off, and even his underwear, which he tells him to give him another chance, but they pretty much tell him to get out, and they sentence him to pretty much walk home naked while carrying this rock with a chain, and they pretty much say a symbol of the Stonecutters when he says it's just a mark. But they say that he's the chosen one, which they pretty much like make it up to him and stuff, and they pretty much go to this place of Springfield, and he's got to carry a even bigger rock pretty much. So he's pretty much being the chosen one, pretty much, and pretty much getting his picture painted, and him telling them to get Lisa out of the picture, which Bart does, and after she was trying to talk to him, and of don't let the power go over your head, and he scores all of them except one. The chief of police pretty much shoots the other bowling pin with his gun and say that he's got a strike. And they're playing pool, and yeah, they pretty much, yeah, all tilted. Pretty much made it so he'll actually win. And then they're playing poker, of what it looks, and yeah, they're actually, of what it looks, making him win, which he says they don't think they're letting him win on purpose, and they're like, no. And he wants them to be honest with him. And of course, they all run for it. Principal Skinner obviously tells all the kids off of detention, and obviously, or not detention, but class dismissed, and Homer comes in, talking to Lisa, trying to get some advice, and that's telling her that she was right about the power and how to make it up, which Lisa says to do other things for others, pretty much. And Homer tells his fellow Stonecutter members that they're going to be, of what they're going to be doing, pretty much. And yeah, they're all coughing and stuff, and everybody's just doing different things. with the kids, and Mr. Burns trying to push this kid, and he's like not even trying. He gets hit in the face and stuff, and yeah, this girl pretty much telling them that they did a great job of painting this building that a plane crosses. And Homer then telling the family that he's pretty much taught of how grateful he is with his family. So the Stonecutters are pretty much wanting to kill him and try to get rid of him, pretty much, of Homer. Which they decide to do something else. And that is pretty much a no Homer club. Yeah, a no Homer club, which he says if he wants to join. And yeah, another Homer pretty much joins, obviously. And he's obviously talking about to these monkeys, and Marge is saying that he's part of a club that he's always in, and that is, that only has 5 of them in, and that's the Simpsons family club, and they got their special rings, which Bart and Lisa have, which they say they're wedding rings, and they all hug it out. And Lisa and Bart pretty much start smacking Homer in the butt as their initiation, pretty much, I guessing it is. And that's how the episode ends. But yeah, real great episode. And a funny one, too. It kind of reminds me of, well, not one of the greatest episodes of SpongeBob, but, with one of the most hated episodes of SpongeBob, but the Cephalopod Lodge. This episode kind of reminded me of the Cephalopod Lodge, where it's kind of pretty much kind of similars of it, pretty much. There's kind of similarities to those 2 episodes, if you think about it. But yeah, that will conclude this episode. And again, it was another good episode. And catch y'all next one.